my friend. It's Pat Sloan here on Friday. Yay! Okay, well, first I just want to kick off and tell you, show you a few things, some goodies, and then tell you about 2 of the upcoming quilt-alongs. So first, let me just show you some goodies. I had a major obsession moment a few weeks ago. And who knows, maybe one of you will be the same. But I saw this elephant, the Christmas elephant. Oh my goodness, so darling. Here, let me just show you the digital picture, which is better. So here you can see the digital picture, and it's just so cute. There is a kit. There is a kit. Let me just show you, because I think for this one, the kit is the way to go. It is a strip set called Jingle Pop. Look at that, Jingle Pop. I'm sorry, that lighting is just there. Maybe that's better. Jingle Pop, and it's a Hoffman, which I haven't used Hoffman for a while. It's just not been what I've gravitated towards. But here is a big old floral, and then the background, and then the pattern from the Gourmet Quilter out of New Zealand, I think she is. So anyways, you can, Susan Clare, the Gourmet Quilter. And so anyway, I will link you to this, because if you want to make one, I might have to make this summer. This might just be a summer project. My mom loves elephants. I'm not sure that she would want the quilt. My mom is like a minimalist, and like, she just wouldn't know what to do with this. She lives in, she and her husband live in a small condo, but I'm sure she would appreciate that I had it in thought of her. So she gave me her wooden elephant she got in Bali when she was there. So I don't know, I just love him. So anyways, Poppy Ellie. I have to read why that's called that, but yeah, I think it's so cute. Okay, so that was my little obsessive compulsive had to own it moment. And I do need to make it this year. I do. And you could make it with fabric you own. You could just get the pattern. I believe it might be a download, so you could just make it yourself. So I grabbed a couple of other things. So I was doing an order. I love these charms for the zipper pulls. Look at the pig. Oh my goodness, how cute is that pig? How cute is that? So you could put this on my little zipper bags from my branded things, my gear. You could put it on the ones from the Fat Quarter Shop, these mesh ones. You could put it on your purse. It just made me smile. And then I also saw some of these cute labels. I've really been liking these labels. I think I'm going to put them in more of the quilts that I do binding on for charity quilts, because I just think this is something, when you give a charity quilt to somebody who doesn't really know much about quilts, I think this would really be a nice touch, because it's like a label they normally get in things, so that they can relate to that. And I think it would be just really cute. So I got those. Then I saw this book that I have seen before, and I thought I'm just going to get that book. Sometime this is by Adita Sitar, and I would like to sometime make that quilt. I'm not sure I want to make that whole quilt, but make this one with the tulips, because I just adore tulips, and I have several tulip quilts, but I think a red and white tulip quilt would just be fantastic. There we go. See the small one? So the bigger one has like a spacer between them. I like this smaller one. I like the sort of drop, like the drop where they're, not right across from each other. Okay, so if you are looking for a sweet book, this might be for you. It is a Sew Emma. It might be on the sale this month. Hold on. Yes, this is one of the books on sale this month. All the Sew Emma publications. It is 30% off this month, January 2024. So if you love it, the sampler or variations using the different parts. Okay, also, look at this fabric. Look at this. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? I got the charm packs, two charm packs. So here you can see the back. So it's got the roses, big roses, and the bouquets on there, and that panel, because I got this. If I do an Oh My Stars with the 2 charm packs, this will be the border, and then some for the backing. I got the stars for the hearts here, the white on hearts on white for the stars of Oh My Stars. But here is the panel. Look at this. Look, look, look. It's got all the different sayings on it. Look at the border part around the X and O's. I love the X and O's. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I bet if there's a fat quarter bundle, it might come in the fat quarter bundle, but I only bought the charm packs. So see the different panels? They would make cute pillows, or you could do a quilt with the panels. It's just so pretty. I had to have it. Had to have it. It might be cute for just put it on the backing. Just use this as the backing with the extra floral around it. That might be really cute. Then when I eventually give it to somebody, that would be really cute. Okay, all right, that's a plan. So those are some goodies I got in, some Valentine-y things. I need to start, what did I say, Monday? Or did I say Monday? That I'm gonna do that banner, the love banner. Yeah, I need to do that. So anyways, let's talk about the 2 different quilt-alongs coming up. One is Stronger Together. And here is the Stronger Together. This is the photo of the quilt. It is a fundraiser by the Fat Quarter Shop for the National Negro College Fund. It is a college fund fundraiser. So this is a really cool one. They have been doing it for several years now. The whole idea will focus on a person, and then there are 4 different designers for each of the weeks, and it'll run each week, I think starting the 1st of February, each week in February. So you can get the kit if you want the kit. There's also a cross stitch that goes with it that is super nice, and it is really, really going to be a wonderful quilt. I am going to, and it's a great fundraiser. They're also doing prizes in February to go along with this particular fundraising quilt along, which I think is fabulous. So that'll be a lot of fun. I am going to use my sleepover fabric because that has sort of that bright, cheerful, look at the pinks and the greens and the purples, and I think that'll be a really good one to do this quilt in. This next one is called Christmas All Year. It's a sampler from my bestie, Wendy Shepherd. And Wendy decided, we did the quilt, this one, as a quilt along from Wendy's book. This book is such a great value. There's a tremendous amount of quilts in here for like $10. It's the price of one pattern. You get, like 12 patterns. It's just crazy. But what she did is she took different pieces of the quilts, like the wreaths you can see there, the gingerbread people, the pudding on the back. There's a pudding, and once a month on the 15th, so it's just once a month starting in February to October, I believe. Yeah, February to October, once a month you do something. It's not one block, it's a couple of blocks. Like you do all the wreaths are first. And I just cannot resist. I think it's just so darling. Let me show you the fabric I am going to use. You had to have the book. You had to have that book. But a lot of you have bought the book. This book is also digital, so I'll link you to the digital as well. So if you are outside the U.S. and don't want to pay shipping just for the book, because you can use your own fabric or buy locally, you can get the digital copy. So I am going to use this Christmas line here called what is it called? Yeah, Good News, Great Joy. And it is the same one that I used for the Christmas tree, the mystery Christmas tree that we did in like July of last year. And so I have whites, I've got the aquas. Look at this, look at the sweet pine cones. Look at them. I've got reds, a little bit of a pinky, a little bit of pink in there, a little burgundy. Look at the angels. Oh, so sweet. We've got trees, angels. There's angels and trees. The burgundy, and then the green, and navy. So, and this particular line also has a panel. So if you buy the fat quarter bundle, which I don't think I had the panel before. I didn't know about the panel. Whoa, what? Oh my gosh, look how cute the panels are. You could do little mini wall hangings, or just, you know, like again, I could even just use it. Whoops, goes that way. These are fabulous. Yeah, see, when I think I had a fat 8th when I did that tree, and so I never got the panel. Oh, how cool. This is like, I didn't know this was in here. Okay. It also, I needed for that needs gingerbread. So I got 2 pieces, which I linked on the project page. I got these 2 to do the gingerbread people, little boy and little girl. So I have those 2. And then I'll just use my stash to put a bit of gold in there. But that one, I hope you will join in, because I think it'll be super, super fun. It is so darling, just so incredibly darling, and it'll finish in time for you to get it quilted and hang for Christmas this year, which is so many months away. Really, I know. Can you believe it? I think we're going to do the wreaths first, and so I think they'll be really a great kickoff for February, because the one has a kitty cat in it. So darling, so darling. Okay, let me just move this away, and we're going to talk a little bit about applique. Now we're on to Breakfast Club, which is all applique, and every week I'm giving you another little tip about applique, and today I want to talk to you about what the blanket stitch will look like on your machine, what are the different styles of blanket stitch you might find, and then how it should look when it's placed on the applique shape. This is best illustrated by me actually drawing it. I taught this for 20 years to thousands and thousands and thousands of quilters across the country. And so I will go over to my computer, because I can do that a little better over there. We're going to start with my favorite, which is a single blanket stitch. That is one straight line like this, and then a bite onto the applique, a straight line along the edge, a bite, straight line along the edge, a bite. Continue. So that is a single. A half double, now some of your machines are going to have some of these, some of your machines will have all of these. A half double, which is, let's say, a straight, and then bite, bite, because the manufacturer decided that they thought you wanted the bite part to be a bit heavier. So this is what they put on your machine. The other half double is, as you might guess, the other way. So along the line, you'll have 1, 2, 1 bite. 2 along the edge of the applique, 1 bite. 2 along the edge of the applique, 1 bite. So you can see that it has a heavier line there. Full double would be, okay, what do you think? Both of them. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This uses the most thread and takes you twice as long to do as this one. Twice as long and twice as much thread. It's double. You can just use a heavier weight thread and get a heavier look. Unfortunately, some of your machines are only going to have this option. It is also harder to do turns, because you have to know where you are in the stitch pattern to do a turn nicely, especially sharp corners. So it is it's not my favorite. This one. Okay, a multi-stitch. What I mean here is you might have 2 straight and then a bite, 2 straight and then a bite, 2 straight and then a bite. This one is, it's okay. It just, you have to keep track of where you are when you're turning. Like, are you on this one? You don't want to turn because it could be funky, particularly if you're trying to do a nice corner and have this angled. You know, it just is more work when you're turning. Multi-stitch too, let me just show you different things. So there could be multiples. There could be 3. There could be 1, 2, 3, 4. I've seen 5, which these are just not doable. There's just too much, too many straight stitches, too much. You might only have a zigzag. That has its own properties, because turning is extremely difficult with a zigzag. It's never going to look as nice, but it is okay. It is okay. Your straight stitch is just this, right along the edge. So there'll be no bite. You will have that right along the edge of the fabric. And I'm going to go to the second page and show you these along the edge of a fabric. And so those are other options. You do not want that one. Do not. You really don't want that one either, if you can get away with not having it, although it will work. Okay, let's go to the other page. So if I am doing a straight stitch, I want to have the straight line part on the background next to the shape, on the background, not on the shape, not on the shape, on the background. And then you have the bite, background, bite, background, bite. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about controlling this, but here is one way that makes a pretty corner, right? Isn't that pretty? Okay. So there's different ways to handle that. I'll have to do that on another video because it's like a whole thing. So if you are working with like a zigzag, this is how I recommend it. Zigzag, I recommend you are actually all on the applique shape, all on the applique shape, and you make a very tiny open zigzag. You don't, it's going to come like this. You're not always going to catch that corner, but make a very tiny open zigzag. Don't do this. That's a satin stitch. That's a satin stitch, and it has whole different properties. Also, if you are really wide, there's no reason for that either. You don't need that much of a bite onto the fabric. Smaller and open. So if you have if you have a straight stitch, let me just show you that now. A straight stitch will be just like the zigzag. It'll be on the applique. So you're just holding it down. You go as close as you can to the edge, and there you go. And I do the straight stitch for a lot of things, especially small pieces. So there, I'm going weird. There we go. So there would be like a straight stitch around an applique shape. And then if you have any of the other things that have like two, like if you have 2 dashes, this is what it's going to look like. 2 dashes, 2 dashes. If you had a double, you'd be going 1, 2, double, double. 1, 2, double, double. Now when you came down here, you'd be like, okay, 1, 2, double, double. 1, 2, double, double. So you get the idea. And any of the other variations. And so those are this is how you need to look at what you have and see what exactly the type of stitch you have. Is it one of these? And then what are the mechanics then of using it? So take and make a sample with some circles or squares or leaves or something and practice. I know quilters don't like to practice, but it will help you immensely in getting a feel for what your machine is. What I'd really like you to do is go and practice that. Pull up your machine, look at your stitch, look at the other stitch options you have. Try out your blanket stitch if you have it, or something similar, a zigzag and a straight stitch, and just see what you have and how you maneuver and how you work. Okay, let me show you the fabrics I'm looking at for my bacon. Gotta have the bacon. So I want to do some sort of stripe with it. That was one thing I know that I wanted. And so I pulled some stripes. Here, I'm really loving the dark one, but this would also work. So it would go this way. So it would be like, you can sort of scrunch it down and see. So it would be like this. That's what I'm looking at, which is also cute. So if I did the dark one, I could do something like, I could do a really sort of lightish background, although this has a little bit more gray in it than I'd like. But look at this, I could also do it this way. So I'm looking at both ways. I could do it like this, like there would be the strip, because the strip is pretty tiny, but this is too gray. So like here would be more, this is what I'm more like thinking. Like here, like I could do the dark bacon with the strip kind of down the center with a lighter. Or I could do, this lighter stripe and then do something like this with the darker with the strip. And I'm putting it on this white, so, I can use anything I want. Here would be another neat one that's not quite as dark, but still, still has a high enough contrast. I really like this. So I'm looking at, do I put it on something like this guy? Make the strip, or go the opposite way. I kind of like this as the main thing, with maybe this is a light strip. I'm going to do this one. I will sew it up and be back. I'm having so much fun with this quilt along, just so much fun. Okay, here's the bacon. Here's my bacon with their little faces. So I really like that stripe, putting that stripe in there. So I want to show you now, some of the ambassadors got their bacon done. Let's take a look. Here are Kendall's. He's doing it in 2 different colors, the bacon blocks. Be sure to visit his YouTube channel because, you know, he's always got great tips. Let's see, Melissa's. Oh my goodness, she is using this amazing coffee fabric for all her backgrounds, and I love it. It is so, so cute. Suzanne, look at hers, and she's got the cute little faces on there so you can see them really well. And then our ambassador Laura is just going to town. She has added the bacon to her fried egg block. How darling is that? Aren't they amazing? Got to stay tuned for Laura's because she's doing a bunch of little mini quilts, and that block went into something even more adorable that I'm sure she's going to show you at Quilt Along with Pat Sloan. Okay, like there's some celebrations. Let me get those in really quick for the day. It is Popcorn Day. If you have a quilt with popcorn fabric, show it. Or movie fabric, maybe that too. The 20th is Greg Day. Mr. Greg. Who knew he had a day besides his birthday, right? Besides his birthday. So a bunch of you have asked, where does Greg like to go to breakfast? So let me tell you, he loves Bob Evans. He just loves it. So that's where he goes. I like it too. And ours is really nice. It's renovated. It's nice and airy and open. It's not cluttered, not a bunch of crap on the wall. So it's just so nice. We like our Bob Evans. It is also the 21st on the weekend is Grandma Day. So if you made a quilt for your grandma, if you have one of your grandma's quilts, it'd be lovely to see those today. And it is Hugging Day on the weekend. I don't remember which day it was, but give somebody a hug. Just do it. Mwah. Okay, my friend, I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.